Hello, my name's Ken and welcome to my little home studio. I'm going to try and demonstrate what I do and what my setup is for home recording to a DolbyOn app, which I use to put my videos on YouTube, etc. So I'm going to show you some equipment and how I wire it up, and hopefully you can have a go too. I find this fairly inexpensive, but it's a little bit complicated the way I wire things up, but I'll try and do it the best I can. As I say, it's the first time I've done one of these, so bear with me. Okay, well, first of all, we'll go down to the Digitech Trio, which I use the send and return parts of this to go to either my Fender amp or my Boss Katana. Now, as you know, this will bypass the main stage of it, so you can use different guitar sounds, so different patches without playing back through distortion when you play back the track you've made. You'll get a clean bass and drum sound, but with your guitars on. I use a TC Electronic, my guitar Spark, which my guitar goes through the input, out the output, into the input on the Trio. Now that output goes to the amplifier, out the amp, and then the mix and drums go to my PV amp, but I send them through another looper and then through an EQ stage which has two outputs, and one of those runs through another little recorder which I use for recording the whole thing that I've done sometimes. And I've got two inputs on the PV amp, which is just for the bass and drums. So this amp's just for bass and drums. When you've made a track, all I'm going to get out of there is bass and drums. The other one, I will get lead guitar and rhythm guitar out. So that's the way of doing that. I've changed my other channels using the foot switches, either on a Fender amp or on my Katana. For recording, I use a USB mini mixer and Alesis. Now, my Fender amp's mic'd up through this one, so I've got a channel for my rhythm and lead, and then I got a channel for my bass and drums, so that comes out a line out the back of the PV amp. So I've got a mix there. Then we come out of that. There's a USB cable at the back here, out the mixer, which goes to an OTG cable for my phone. Let me try and get this working. And what we have on the phone is an app called DolbyOn, which is this. Let me just take a seat. So when I want to record, I mix everything on my mixer, which comes out into the phone using the DolbyOn app. Now when I set that going, it gives you a countdown and it'll start recording. Once you've finished, you can come out of that, come into the menu, and you get a list of songs that you've recorded. So if I chose one, I could come up with this, and if I play it, there are some tools at the bottom that you can adjust to enhance the sound. You just alter this and you get better bass and clarity. So come out of that. So that's how I record. You can then upload from that app to other video apps like YouTube and I'll just get this back on. So yeah, so you can record, send your creations to YouTube or Facebook or whatever. But basically, that's my setup. It's not much different for live. When I go out and play somewhere, I'll take the PV amp for bass and drums. I take the Fender or the Boss, just stack them up and play live to all the loops. I usually just do single loops. I can put 60 loops on the trio, and I can have about 100, I think, on the Boss. I see 30. Yeah, I've got a few different foot switches and things that I use to play with. All looks a little bit complicated, but it's not really. It's fairly easy, and I get good results. So anyway, I hope that's been useful, and good luck with any efforts that you might make on the Dolby Plus app. Okay, thank you.